Alright guys, we're going to start off this video with when were the dinosaurs discovered, T-Rex fossil. Dinosaurs are a wide range of reptiles that have existed for 200 million years. Presently, they are extinct, but a few animals, birds today still have resemblances to this dominant species. Topic of discussion is dinosaur remains are still a topic of contention among experts in related fields. The source of this debate comes from the fact that the very first dinosaur remains were discovered at a time when English language did not have a word for dinosaur in their vocabulary. So when was it discovered? Most experts agree that the dinosaur saga began in the later stages of the 17th century, when scientists had not come to terms with the idea of fossil remains. However, Robert Pilot was attached to Oxford Ashmolean Museum, sounds like Smithsonian, came across an unusually large thigh bone. He was forced to confront the fact that it belonged to something that was dead. Pilot's conclusions were that the bones came from a large race of humans that had existed before. Ironic, huh? His premise was of the conclusion based on the Bible about Goliath being a 9-foot giant, despite his wrong conclusions. They were wrong, people. Wrong. Shame on you for believing in giants. Pilot had stumbled across a great discovery that would be given the name dinosaur later on, and not to mention, guys, there was a whole bunch of giant remains found during the 1800s, tons of them. You guys can look those up. We'll look at those later, as well as St. Paul's cathedrals and stuff. And there's a lot of Catholic cathedrals that still house dragon bones, guys. Look that one up. After Pilot's discovery, several other British scientists began to examine the remains of that and made their own conclusions. For example, the 1763 Richard Brooks, of English physician, earned himself a spot in history books by giving the name of the bone discovered by Pilot. The name was officially a recognized name given to dinosaurs under the how do you guys say that? Bionomical naming system of Carl Linnaeus. The name Brooks gave the bone was Scrotum humanium. Due to the unidentified nature of the name, it was scratched on the record in the 1990s. 1824 and 1825, William Buckland and Gideon Mantell were both experts in the field, came up with other names that are still in use today. Mantell would go on to add many other names in his discoveries, which makes debate discovered dinosaurs more interesting. Some experts argue that Mantell was a major contributor towards the discovery of dinosaurs. A scientific known as Richard Owen invented the word dinosaur in early in 1842. After examining the species that were named by those who came before him, after his examination, he came up with the word dinosaur. For this reason, he is credited as the man who discovered dinosaurs, despite all the hard work that had already been done for him. Hence the argument that all credit should have gone to his nemesis, Gideon Mantell. Dun, dun, dun. However, Owen realized something the others did not. While examining all the fossils, he discovered that they had common features. The fossils did not simply belong to a huge animal species, but an entirely new one that gave the name to the dinosaur. However, Owen envisioned wrongly that dinosaurs were four-legged reptiles depicted on London's Crystal Palace Park. I believe that dinosaurs are warm-blooded reptiles, their own species, and that's what I'm taking to the bank. It's all theories, it's all hypotheses. But anyway, this will start our adventure. And you guys remember this date, 1842, right? Let's see, it looks like a weird dinosaur. 1842, remember that date? The discovery of dinosaur bones. Found some bones in the 1600s, called it a giant human skeleton, and then later realized that we were wrong. They were giant species of warm-blooded reptiles, in my opinion, because there's no really other way you can pump that much blood up a Brachiosaurus's neck unless it was warm-blooded, four-chambered heart, all kinds of other stuff. I would argue. But then again, crocodiles and such. But yeah, let's get this adventure started with an amazing painting called The Suicide of Saul. You guys can look it up. Okay, The Suicide of Saul, guys. Suicide of Saul is an oil on panel by the Netherlandish Resistance artist. Ooh, what are we talking? Tartaria stuff? Pieter Bruegel the Elder. Painted in 1562. Is a collection of the Kunsthistorisches Museum in Vienna. Excuse me. Not sure how to pronounce that. Siri, help me out. How do you pronounce this? Hold on, let me find it. Siri, you gotta help me. Speak it for me, Siri.
of the Kunsthistorisches.
Okay. That's how you say it. All right. In the description, the painting identifies the subject of the rarity represented scene of the suicide of Saul after his defeat by the Philistines. These events are described in 1 Samuel. Now, the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled from before the Philistines, fell slain on Mount Gilboa. Then the Philistines followed hard after Saul and his sons, and the Philistines killed Jonathan, Aniadab, and Malchishua, Saul's sons. The battle became fierce against Saul. The archers hit him, and he was severely wounded, like Boromir in Lord of the Rings. Ah! Then Saul said to his armor-bearer, "Draw your sword and thrust it into me, lest these uncircumcised dogs thrust me through and abuse me, and poke me with their pointy sticks." But this armor-bearer would not, for he was greatly afraid. Therefore Saul took his own sword and fell on it. "I shall do this to myself." And then when this armor-bearer saw that Saul was dead, he also fell on his sword and died too. Oh, you're brave enough to kill yourself. Suicide of Saul painting is pretty awesome. Let's see if I'm not sure how detailed this one is. But let's find a really detailed zoomed in one, because if we look over here, they got castles and everything. You know, when did this really happen? And look at it out in the distance. Do these look like dinosaurs? And if you get a higher definition picture, which we will find, I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. Pretty awesome. And what in the world is burning out there? Never really recognized that. There's a lot going on. Where did Saul commit his suicide? Right here? Is this a Suicide of Saul painting? They call it that? Or is this just another Tartarian battle cover-up when they were conquering Tartaria? That is the real question, guys. The real question. Let's see if we have a higher definition picture. Oh, that's him. "I fell on my sword. Look, Saul's wearing awfully nice armor for the day. I mean, aren't they supposed to be running at each other with slings? And they make sure they cleverly cut out the dinosaur here. We don't want them to see don't show them the dinosaur. Don't show them the dinosaur. See if there's a higher definition picture. No, there is not, guys. We are going to dig. We're going to dig for our picture. Images. Let's see if I can change the settings. If not, I'll have to go to Google, and I don't like going to Google. All right, let's see if we can find a high definition picture. I've found it before. I've actually shown it before. Oh yeah, there's some people circling the dinosaurs. Dude, there's dinosaurs in this picture. Yes, there is. We just have to find a high definition picture of it. There's the Twitter version. But anyway, I even had a higher definition picture than that. But I mean, that's obviously a dinosaur. Let's see if we can find it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pause the video, and I'm going to have to really dig and pull it out, because they've got some really high definition pictures of this that were taken from the museum location. All right, let's pause it. Okay. Here's a high definition picture of the zoomed in portion. They were getting really brutalized, weren't they? Horses, knights crossing the river. They're like, let's get the heck out of here on the top of our dinosaurs. Let's get out of here on our dinosaurs. Somebody was like, well, that's a camel. Okay, fine. These are camels too, huh? Nice. Yeah, those certainly are camels, people. Yeah, those look like camels. You know what? Let's take it a step further, okay? Oh, wait, and there was something else here. There was something right there. I forgot what that was. Yeah. Whoop. My bad. Okay, so. Whoop. Running you guys all over the place. My bad. Okay. We are going to edit this, and then we're going to put it into this. We're going to sharpen the image, guys. Let's zoom in to the dinosaurs. Let's sharpen that image a little more. There we go. Yeah, we can really sharpen it. Just really try to pull out the details. Here we go. Let's sharpen it all the way. Yeah, those are real, those are really interesting camels. Well, maybe it's a giant anteater, and that's the tail, and they're riding it backwards. Oh, even if a giant anteater, that'd be pretty cool. All right, so yeah. Well, there you go, guys. Suicide of Saul painting, and we are just getting started in our journey with the dinosaurs. Look up Suicide of Saul, guys. Add to our Tartaria research. So, Suicide of Saul painting. You guys remember what date that was? I don't remember. Suicide of Saul, 1562. There you go, guys. Take that to the bank. 1562. Remember what we said about the dinosaurs? 1842. So what? This is almost 300 years before the discovery of dinosaur bones? I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Good. All over the place, guys. All right, guys. That's part one of our little dinosaur series. We'll go investigate other dinosaur stuff. We will investigate other dinosaur stuff, and we will see you on the flip side. Make sure you guys give all credit to Quest for Tartaria. We are on YouTube. We are on Bitchute. It's hard to find us on Bitchute. Just follow the link. You can find it in the description on the YouTube channel. And if you're on Bitchute, we need more subscribers. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing so we can get this content out. We need people to know about this. We can't keep this to ourselves. Guys, this is important. Don't keep this to ourselves. This is important stuff. Dude, more to come. I've even got real life dinosaurs living today. And take that to the bank. All right. See you later.